Hi, I'm Janet Baker with the Monticello Corporation, makers of Paper Tiger and Digital Tiger. We appreciate you attending today's webinar. Today I will be going through how to get started with Paper Tiger, how Digital Tiger's search function works, and I'll show you how some of the other physical items that Paper Tiger can be used for. Because while it is a great software tool to organize your paper files, it's not just for paper filing. You know, there is a cost to clutter that we have around us, whether that be stacks of paper files or books or craft supplies or whatever it is that we have cluttering our house or our office. Stephanie Callahan taught in a previous webinar that being disorganized can cost us in lost time, lost money, lost serenity, lost confidence. She also gives some great insight into how to make decisions for getting organized for your lifestyle, whether it's paper piles or other physical objects that you have, by being realistic about your personal style and focusing on the way you live. And it will help you get the right things in place for you. And I'll be pasting this URL link to that webinar in the webinar blog post. Now, to find out how much being disorganized is costing you, see our ROI calculator at thepapertiger.com/ROI calculator. Experts estimate the average person loses 150 hours yearly searching for misplaced items. So let me start by telling you what Paper Tiger is. Paper Tiger is an indexing system for your paper files that you need to keep in a hard copy format. And it's also for indexing other physical items that you need to organize. The database has an easy-to-use search engine built in so that lost information is virtually eliminated in your office or home. You would simply type in the information into the database relating to your physical items, your physical files or other items to get organized so that you can find what you need when you need it without time-wasting searches. So what does index mean? Indexing is a list of keywords associated with a record or document used especially as an aid in searching for information. You probably use indexing every day. Indexing is what Google does to search the internet, or how the government uses license plates to keep track of cars. Paper Tiger applies the same concept to your filing cabinet, allowing you to find any document in your office with just a couple of keystrokes on your computer. You can index anything into Paper Tiger that you can put a number onto. For example, passports, contracts, binders, books, CDs, DVDs, etc. Using Paper Tiger can solve problems in your office when you can't decide what to name something, because when typing in additional keywords, it doesn't matter what you input for the item name. When you don't like to make new folders every time you have a new file, because you set up all the hanging file folders one time and they are sitting there waiting on the next file. When you can't remember where or what name you filed something under because of the additional keywords you can input. Duplicate files, because everyone thinks differently, because there is a find first function when adding items, or you can also search the database if you think you already have a file with related documents. Find first is a feature that reduces duplicate items by actively searching while you add a new item, and warns you if Paper Tiger finds an item already there that might be related to what you're inputting. You can choose to merge the new item with the one you already have in file, or you can create the new item. And also, Paper Tiger helps solve the problem of staff turnover, or the person who knows where everything is gets sick or goes on vacation, Whoever is left in the office will be able to search the database when needing to find a file. Now you can add other locations in your database to organize other types of things. Some of these are described on our Not Just for Paper for Filing Paper page, which include but are certainly not limited to these that you see here. And you could simply type in the contents of each in the keywords section. So for paper filing, you would first set up all the hanging file folders in your file cabinets at one time using the numbered tabs that you print out from the software, and they never change. You would type in information such as the item name and keywords relating to each document in the database's corresponding index file number location. You can give the document any name you want, and you don't have to worry about finding it later. This is because the system will allow you to add as many keywords as you want to describe all documents that you put in your hanging file folders. For documents that you want to add to the same file, simply edit the item and add additional keywords necessary for the new documents that you're inputting. Because the hanging file folders are already set up and waiting for your information, you eliminate the time-consuming hassle of having to find and create a file folder each time you want to file something. When you've indexed your paper files to PaperTiger and you need to find a file, you simply conduct a Google-like search in the database to find where your file is located. Now, it may seem overwhelming to convert your office or home to this system, but you, your staff, and even your family members will be thankful that you did. The secret is to start small. Start with the files that you access the most on a day-to-day basis. If you haven't already created an account, simply go to our pricing page and sign up for the plan that fits your needs. If you're signing up for an online account, it is a matter of completing the form page with your credit card information, in which your subscription will renew automatically. You see we have several plans. There's a free forever plan. You can try PaperTiger out and see if that fits your needs. And then if you need to upgrade, you can upgrade to one of the single user plans, or we have multi-user plans here, monthly or yearly. And we also have the desktop version of PaperTiger. If you want the desktop version to install onto your Windows computer, just click the desktop on your PC button, and you'll see the additions that we have here. The desktop version of PaperTiger is a licensed software downloadable onto your Windows computer. Today I'll be working in my PaperTiger online account, to sign in, I'm going to click the sign in button at the top of the page. You can also save this as a favorite in your browser bookmarks. I'm going to click on the Stay Signed In for 7 days. Okay, and of course you see here on the, this is the dashboard page. There's some information at the top that will help you, our blogs and the recent activity that shows your activity and how you, in items that you add and that kind of thing. You can also choose an expert from the Choose an Expert page. Just scroll through there and look at all of the experts, as well as read more if you want to find more information on them. Alright, and then, so back to the dashboard, the first thing we would need to do is to create a new database. And of course, a database is a group of related locations, categories, and items. PaperTiger uses databases to help you better manage your physical items by giving you options and flexibility. For example, you can use Home Database to manage items at home, Office Files to manage items at your office. Please note that PaperTiger does not search across databases, so having different databases is only advantageous if you want to keep different filing systems separate and do not want to search for all files in all databases at one time. For example, if you have an Office database and a Home database, you do not want items to pop up from your Office database when conducting a search for an item in your Home database. So let's click into that new database there, and you see that we need to create a location. So we can do that by clicking the Add a Location or New there, either way. So let's say that we want to create what the experts recommend. They recommend creating an action file location, a reference file location for all of the files in your file cabinet that you don't refer to on a daily basis, and an archives location, and then we can go from there. So first I'm going to create action files. Let's just say action. And I want, let's say I want 20 items there. You can also select how often you want to review this location or a specific date, such as maybe like an action date reminder. And then click on Add this location, and you see here we have that created there. Now the action files might be project files that you're currently working on. The capacity, of course, is how many folders you're going to put in that location. And you can always add more later by clicking on the Edit button here. You can also click here and click Edit. And then that pops up and you can change that. Okay. So a location could relate to where you will store your physical items, or it could relate to the types of physical items that you plan to index, such as the examples mentioned earlier. Your locations can be named anything you want. It's however you relate to what you're indexing. Again, other examples might be reference files. It could be house, basement, garage, etc. Also, if you only want one database, you might even have locations named Office Files, Home Files, for those files in the respective area. PaperTiger uses locations to represent these places where you store the items you want to be able to find later. For example, your reference files location might contain an index of all files in your 5 file cabinets of 4 drawers each. And item 1 in PaperTiger starts with the documents in the first hanging file folder in file cabinet number 1. And end with item number 500 with all documents indexed from the last hanging file folder in file cabinet 5. These files are those that you don't need to access on a daily basis, but you want to get to on occasion. Okay, so let's take a look into this new location we have here. You'll see PaperTiger has created 25 items there. And now we need to add 25, in this case, hanging file folders to match what I've just created in PaperTiger. So I'm just going to show you how to do that quickly. We're going to print tabs, and we're going to select the tabs that we want to use. I usually use the 5167 or 8167 because I can affix those to the perforated tabs that come with my hanging file folders. Select which location that we want to print tabs for, and in this case, action files. Then select the range. And of course, since this is a new one, I'm going to print all. And then select the Generate Tabs PDF button. Depending on your web browser, you'll be prompted to download a PDF file, or it may open within the browser itself like it did in this case. You'll see that PaperTiger has generated the tabs here, and then we can install into our hanging file folders so that we can relate every item that we index into PaperTiger to every item in our physical location. Now we're ready to file something. And just as a note, you'll only need to do this process every time you want to set up a new location or add capacity to an existing location. Once a location is set up, you can jump right into filing since everything will already be set up in advance. Once the folders are set up, the file numbers never change. And I'll show you that file folders again here. This saves you from having to find a new hanging file folder every time you need to file something new. And of course, this is assuming that you're starting new file folders. If you already have file folders in your filing cabinet or desk drawers, you would simply insert your new tab numbers into the existing folders and index item name and keywords into PaperTiger relating to what is in your existing folders. If you want to leave the pre-existing tabs on your folders, you can, but be sure to insert the item number to match PaperTiger. When your files have been indexed and it can be searched through PaperTiger, you just navigate to the search box and you can start searching just like you were in Google. You can type a word and PaperTiger will search through every file in your filing cabinet that you've indexed and show you the relevant results. Okay, so I'm going to switch back to the main database that I use here. And I'm going to choose one of the locations. And so one way to index an item is to hover over the next to the new item here and just click on the new button, or you could also click on new. If you click on new, PaperTiger will automatically assign where the file is going to go to. PaperTiger finds the first open available item to assign your new item. For example, you removed a set of documents from a hanging file folder either to archive the file or trash it. The original hanging file folder is now empty and therefore open for another file to be dropped in, and the item number in PaperTiger open for new input. When you click the new button, PaperTiger will select the first available open item to index your new file into. This alleviates having to add new folders every time you have to file something new. So let's go ahead and file a document. It's a car repair bill. And you see here this Find First flag pops up. It says there are 6 items with similar names, so let's just look at that right quick. Let's merge that here. And it says it's in action slot number 9. Okay. Toyota, mechanic, and auto are the keywords that I have listed previously. And if you have any additional keywords like the name of the shop, you can do that, whatever, Buddy's shop or whatever. You can add that. Phone number, any other kind of information that you want to add in that, and then you can add that to existing file. Edit, and say I want to add a new category, and let's say expenses. Categories, of course, is optional. They are a great way to group items without having them filed within the same physical location. Okay, and so before you open your drawer to put the document where it belongs, a great time-saving tip to help you later is to label this document where it belongs by writing the location and item number on the corner or the back of the page. This will help because when you have to pull something out of file, you won't have to figure out where the item should be returned. You'll know exactly where it goes when you file it again after you've finished with it. And of course, if you have an assistant, you can make the decisions where things go beforehand, and let your assistant do the actual physical filing afterwards. Okay, so I mentioned categories, so let me explain what categories allow you. They allow you to establish relationships between documents without having them filed in the same physical location. This gives you the flexibility to manage documents based on the content instead of their physical location. My favorite use of categories is for books. So let's jump to books location. And now sort the categories. And so you can see here they are grouped together now. And you can see how the system brings the like category items together. So even though they are aligned separately, you can now see where they are on the shelf. And the item numbers here will show you where they are on the shelf. Or you can also click on the categories box here and be able to click on any of the categories in the list. Say for instance, business, and you'll see all of the items in that category. So now that we have filed an item, let's find it. So let's just look up insurance. And you see we have car insurance claim and car insurance. And this is, again, just like searching in Google. When you hit the search button, you can see the search term you entered, and it will be highlighted in the online version of Paper Tiger when it finds a match. And Paper Tiger shows you which location it is and which item number. Location, item number, where the item is physically. So there's no guesswork involved to open up your drawer and look in item number 7 in your file cabinet reference for your car insurance claims and policy, etc. So far we've added a database, we've added a location, we've added some items, categories, and action date. We've conducted a search, and I'm going to go into more advanced features next. So I wanted to mention in your action files that you might have a tickler file. Go here. And this file is for monthly and or daily follow-ups. Natalie Conrad has a great video demonstrating a tickler file, so I won't take time to explain that today. And I'll paste that video link so you can copy that and go to that quick webinar. Okay, so I'm going to edit an item. And again, you can edit an item to add more. You can edit an item to add more keywords to a file you've just received to an existing item, or when you think of an additional keyword relating to an existing file. Or maybe you just want to add a note to make sure you remember something. So for this this tennis file, I want to add a note to remind me for the next meeting on June 1st, I want to get a new schedule for 2016, or at least we can talk about that. And I can add an action date here. And let's say we want to bring that up on the 27th, which will give me a few days to prepare for that meeting. And save changes. Okay, so now let me show you how the transfer function works. In the action file folder here, I'm finished with Eric Smith and this documentation, and I want to move those. I'm going to use transfer move to the reference location. I can also set an action date for those two files if I need to. And I'm going to require a confirmation. So this will put this in my confirmation box. And I'm going to say move these items. And you see in the action location for these two files, it says transfer pending out. All right, so let's see. I'm going to merge the car insurance claim to my reference file and car insurance, item number 7, and I want to require confirmation for that. I'm going to merge these files. No category, no action date on that. I am finished with it, so I'm going to merge that item. So now how about a taxes location? Say for instance we have a tax location for, and this now, since we're kind of in the tax season here, this would be for our 2014 taxes, tax files. So say for instance I have finished those items and I am going to go to locations and create a new location for taxes 2014. I think that's what we need to do first because that's where I want to transfer these to. Taxes 2014. And let's say, I think there were like 15 items on that, and add this location. Okay, I'm going to go back to the taxes location. I'm going to select all. You can select the first item, click on your shift key and hold it down, and then select the last item, and it will select all items. You can of course do it one by one. All right, those items are selected, so I'm going to go to transfer, duplicate. Okay, because I want to leave the items in there, the same item names in there for this next season, which would be 2015 now, but I want to duplicate those items into the taxes 2014. So I don't have to create those locations again for this current year. And for this item, I'm going to say, no, I don't want to require a confirmation because I'm going to move those immediately. Okay, so I'm going to duplicate those files. And so now you can change the keywords in here if you need to for each of these items for this new tax year. And then for the old tax year, you can go to taxes 2014 and still find those items. Okay, so now let's go to the action file location. I'm going to toss an item. And let's say, let's use this item. You can select the box and click on toss up here at the top right. Or you can also click on the trash can to the left of the edit link. And let's require a confirmation on that because I want to remind myself that I need to do that in the physical file. Now let's go to the trash, and you can select to delete a couple of items from there, delete, and then you can also select to empty the trash. Empty it all together. Of course, you will need to enter your password because this cannot be retrieved after you've emptied it. And all items in your trash will be removed. And again, those items after you empty the trash are not recoverable. Let's go to the reports now. I'm going to show you the transfer report. And you see here, these are the items that we've just transferred. We moved the files from our action file folder to the new location, which is the reference. And you see Paper Tiger has assigned item numbers in our reference location. We've merged our car insurance from our action to the reference number 7, and then we toss an item from our action folder, car repair bill, to the trash. So we can get our assistant to do those physically and then check those off, or we can print that out and do ourselves to complete that task. And then once the task has been completed, we'll go to the confirm box in just a moment. While I'm here in the reports, though, I want to show you you can print an item list report. You can choose a specific location that you want to print an item list report, a specific category that you want to print. You can print by a specific action date. You can choose how you want to sort those, and if you want all columns included in that file list report. Now, we highly recommend that you print a file list report when you've made a lot of changes to your database. In the event that the internet goes down, or you don't have access to your computer for some reason. All right, and so here I have it in alphabetical order. And then it tells me the item names, the item numbers, and the keywords in that for all of my locations. Okay. Next, I'm going to show you the action date report. Again, you can choose the location, the category, or the action date. You can choose item number, or to sort by item number, item name, or action date, and generate that. And you see the action dates that you have there in your files. I've shown you the transfer report and now the cleanout report. So you can review your entire filing system once a year for transfer to archives or the recycling bin. Remember that 80% of papers filed away are never referenced again. If you're using Paper Tiger, you can print out this file cleanout guide, which helps you remotely review your files annually and then decide what to review, toss, transfer to another location such as archive, or you can leave it alone. And you see how the life cycle tracking of files allows you to transfer them to an archives or an off-site location by using the transfer function in Paper Tiger, and you can still find your documents after you've boxed them up for storage, and with the same power and ease of use as if the file was located in your office. Okay, so now let's go back to the confirm box. And you see here we have the list of items that we required confirmation. And once we have done those physically, we can go here and accept that transfer, or we can decline the transfer. You can also use the check boxes and confirm all at one time. Okay, now I'm going to show you how to delete a location. I'm going to delete this Taxes 2014. Just use the trash. You don't have to use the trash button to the left of the edit button, or you can click to delete it from the button here at the top right. Just click delete. Of course, you would need your password because you need to be sure that you want to delete that. This is not recoverable. Okay, before moving on, I thought I would show you a couple of examples of how you can use manila folders within a hanging file folder and index them into PaperTiger. Here is an image of one of my drawers. You see the file folders, or the manila folders within a hanging file folder. Okay, this is a close-up of that. And then how I have it indexed in PaperTiger is, I've input some keywords here, and then the number 1 manila folder, 2, 3, and what's in, actually input what is in each manila folders up to 13. So remember, first start with the files that you use most. Maybe start with what you have on the top of your desk and continue with indexing each file that you have in your desk drawers. Then on to other cabinets or room or storage area. One step at a time, and before you know it, all of your information will be in PaperTiger and you'll be organized and more productive. That's the process of getting the paper organized, and you will see a drastic change in the way you find information. Now let me show you how to index books. You see, these are my books, and I've numbered them. It's just affixed numbered labels here on the spine. You can either print those numbered labels out on actual labels, or you can use a marker. Another way, if you don't want to use a marker, is to affix a circular blank label onto the spine of your books and use a pencil or marker to write in the number that coincides with the item number in PaperTiger. So in PaperTiger, let's go to our books location. And you see that I have not indexed books 8 and 9, so I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to index books number 8. Conquer Your Chaos is the name of the book, and the keywords that I'm going to put in there is the subtitle to that, Fast Forward to Office Efficiency, and the author is Sherry Borsham. I'm going to put that in our business category. I'm going to add that to books 8. And books 9, I'm going to index Lost in Your Own Office. Tips for Getting Organized by Anne McGurty. And add that. Okay, so let's say that you want to lend a book out. So let's edit that book, and we want to loan that book to Chris to be returned in June. So we want an action date of June 1st so that we can give him a call. So another example of indexing other physical items would be maybe seasonal decorations. So if you want to keep all of your decorations together, your boxes in the same shelf location, you can name a location in Paper Tiger decorations or seasonal decorations, however you want to describe it. And say you have 5 boxes of decorations. So your location capacity would be 5. In the description for the location, you can input where you will store your boxes of decorations, such as decorations are stored in basement on second from top shelf of shelf 1 of 2, or if you have as many as 5 boxes, it might be decorations are stored in basement on first 3 shelves from top of shelf 1 of 2. Of course, you would want to print out your labels from the database to be affixed to the 5 boxes, or you can mark directly on the boxes. Enter the item name for each theme of decorations that you have, whether it be Christmas, Thanksgiving, or spring, as you see here in this example that I have on screen. Click on Add Item, and when you add an item, Paper Tiger will assign a number to that box. In this example, box number 1, item name is spring. Box number 2 might be Thanksgiving, and etc. Enter the keywords for each theme, such as in box number 1, your spring items might include a spring flag, the bunnies, tablecloth, and picnic items. And these, of course, are the contents of that box. Make sure the label number you affix to each box matches the decoration theme that you input for the item name and keywords in Paper Tiger. And you see here I have a CD's location and even a keys location. Here's an example, an image of your garage or basement, and the shelves, the boxes associated with those indexed in Paper Tiger. And of course, here's the CD. You could number the CD envelopes here in a CD notebook, or you can number them directly on the CD jacket there. And the keys example could be you have a box with dividers in which you put your keys into based on what you have indexed in Paper Tiger, such as this. Okay, Megan McIntosh also conducted a webinar previously in which she did a great job in showing pictures and explaining all of the different things she has organized and relating those items back to what she has indexed in Paper Tiger. I will paste the webinar link in the blog article. Now, you may be wondering whether you should go paperless or whether less paper is the best policy for you. Either way, you need a system that will help you so that you can retrieve what you have. Paper Tiger will still be a viable tool because there are oftentimes documents in everyone's life that they have to hang on to in hard copy format. Most people have a combination of paper and digital files. In our initial surveys, 70% wanted to organize both paper and digital files. But don't forget the other physical items that Paper Tiger can help you organize and keep track of. For those that have both paper or physical items and digital files, we currently have the Digital Tiger feature, which is a free add-on with Paper Tiger Online Basic or Pro accounts. Digital Tiger, powered by Google Drive, is the function that connects your Paper Tiger Online account to your Google Drive account so that you will be able to search from Paper Tiger to find both your paper and other physical items that you've indexed into Paper Tiger, and also your digital files that you've created or uploaded to Google Drive. Now, I want to reiterate that Google Drive is the digital file storage location where you would create or upload your digital files through a Gmail or Google account. Paper Tiger Online is not the storage area for your digital files. You would create, scan, or upload your digital files to Google Drive. If you have a PaperTiger Online multi-user account, you will not be able to connect to Google Drive, and therefore you will use the two applications separately. So next I'm going to go through the activation of Digital Tiger by connecting to Google Drive from the dashboard. So we're going to, first we want to go to the account and connect our PaperTiger account to Google Drive. We get a couple of on-screen messages, and we just want to allow access. And if you're signed into the Gmail account that you want to connect to, it will go through. It takes a couple of minutes to connect that. Okay, so you see here that we have connected our PaperTiger Online account with Google Docs on Google Drive. And if you want to disconnect that, just click on that button there in the Accounts page. All right, so now we're going to go back to the dashboard. We're going to select the database that we want to conduct digital search in. And I'm going to say yes, I want to show digital search results. And this, remember, this is database oriented, because you may not want a digital search with some of your databases. And you've already seen us search without activating the Digital Tiger search function in this database. So now I'm going to search after connecting and activating that digital search. And let's search for insurance again. So you see two sections here, one for your physical items that you've indexed into PaperTiger, and also the section for the digital files location. In this green section is the files in our Google Drive, in which are in Google Docs format. And I'm just going to click on one and show you how it will open the item from your Google Drive. Remember, your digital files are not stored in PaperTiger. Now, PaperTiger can only search within the document if the digital files are in Google Docs format, meaning that you've created or uploaded digital files and converted them to Google Docs format. When you upload and convert files to that format, Google OCRs the first 10 pages of your document. If you do not convert your digital file to Google Docs format when you upload the file, then PaperTiger can only search the title of the document in Google Drive. So for the files that you upload but do not convert to Google Docs format, the first time you search from PaperTiger, your Google Drive will make a collection or folder for those items that you have not converted to Google Docs. These files are still in this, let me just show you quickly. Go to Drive, and you'll see a Digital Tiger conversion folder here. Now again, these files are still in the collections or folders that you initially put them in, but we made it so that you can see all of the digital files not converted in one place so that you can convert them if you wish. Just ignore the collection if you want to keep them in the original format. You would not want to delete the collection folder, however. So let me just show you for those items that are not in Google Docs format, they would appear in the digital location files that are not in Google Docs format. And so if you want to show those, you click the little plus button there and then the plus button here to show those files. And then these would be files that possibly could be the file that you're looking for. It's just that Paper Tiger could not search within those items. Okay, so another example of how you might use the digital Tiger function is, say for instance, you had CDs indexed into Paper Tiger, and you also had the lyrics digitally filed in your Google Drive. You could search Paper Tiger to find the CD, and search results would also allow you to pull the lyrics for the songs on that CD. So you would find the CD, the physical CD, and also the lyrics digitally in your Google Drive. Now I know this has been a lot of information and you may need some additional help. This is what Paper Tiger experts are for. They are trained not only how to implement Paper Tiger, but are well trained in organizing and productivity. How to set systems for the way you work to make your life more productive. They are certified professional organizers and business coaches. And I will paste our experts page link into the blog for you to pick up. And this is also on our website at thepapertiger.com/experts. If you already have a Paper Tiger online account, again, from the dashboard, you will see the click here to choose an expert button, and the experts are listed there. Now, I always like to give a call to action. So the first step is to recognize if you need help implementing Paper Tiger or to get more organized. If so, call or email one of the experts today. If you don't need help, get started with indexing the files on the top of your desk. Then schedule time on your calendar and take one drawer at a time. Before you know it, you'll be organized and working more productively because you can find what you need when you need it. Thanks again for attending today's webinar. If you have questions, please feel free to give us a call or email us at sales, that's SALES, at thepapertiger.com. And we appreciate you using Paper Tiger.